everybody to another railroad history video, folks. And folks, this time we're going to talk about a location that, well, I'd say being well known on the ELS, that I have caught in very much often, folks, and with Canadian National, Pembine, Wisconsin. Of course, we have to, I could not do a series, this railroad history series, without doing something like just all out in Pembine, making it just a Pembine related. So, let's actually talk about a little Pembine itself, a little history behind that. The name Pembine came from a Native American name, Pemwanabon. The source of the lake, a source of the name is the Pemwanabon River. The Sioux line connected the town by a rail in 1887. Yeah, we're going to flash back really much. Pembine was part of the town of Amberg until April 14, 1914, until it was established as a separate city. The economy of Pembine was based on a logging industry until the town declined after the Wisconsin and Michigan Railroad discontinued service in 1915. Now, continuing on Pembine, there's actually some insights here, but we'll talk about in this one. Several failed rail disasters occurred in Pembine. In 1899, 2 railroad workers were killed after colliding between 2 trains. Head-on collision between 2 trains in 1902 killed 3 guys. The Sioux line was sabotaged in 1909, taking out an engineer. 5 guys were killed after a train hit a fallen tree in 1913 and derailed. The historical... Now let's talk about something, folks, and one that I still remember. The Pembine Depot was built in 1887, but unfortunately we flash back to June 17th, 2019, when unfortunately 2 teenage boys light the building on fire, destroying it, folks, and there's still some remains. You can see the concrete pad of where it lied. And so now let's talk about it from the ELS side, and we will discuss that part about it. I don't have a lot about the Canadian National, but let's talk about the ELS. So, around the 80s, 1982, the ELS purchased, should I correct myself here? Yeah, around the 80s, the ELS purchased, sorry folks, I'm trying to pull up my info as it is. It's being slow at me today. Around the 80s, around 1983, the ELS and the northeastern Wisconsin, around the 80s, the ELS purchased the line that we have been always known of seeing. That was originally owned by the Milwaukee Road Railroad, which actually, folks, to this day, there still is some Milwaukee Road proof that they were there. If you guys end up wanting to catch the ELS, and you're down by the crossing where Precise Logging is, or by there is old Milwaukee Road signage by the track and everything. So, there is proof that the ELS were there. Yeah, the section was purchased in 1982. Upon the purchase, the ELS immediately rebuilt the trackage. But Pembine, Wisconsin, when the ELS were there, and to this date still, is still one of the busier areas, because sometimes they'll switch loads here in Pembine, and obviously, folks, the Canadian National is still around. So they are bringing either gondolas of scrap metal or of the iron ore cars here to Pembine, or recently, and you guys may have seen, they'll bring propane tanker cars to Pembine. The ELS will take them to Cribbets, and then the ELS will bring them back to Pembine for the Canadian National to take the empties back. But yeah, there's a lot of history behind Pembine, Wisconsin, and the railroads. It's been part of town for a good long time in this. So yeah, that is I think that's pretty much it, folks, about that. But anyway, folks, if you guys do enjoy this like content I'm doing of the history stuff, um yeah, like if you guys do, please make sure hit the like, hit the sub on it. Like I love to see you guys enjoying it. Now, I'll throw in, folks, a little about the Canadian National and Pembine here while I'm making sure of it. It was formerly the Sioux Line. It was constructed in 87. And, folks, here's a little interesting fact. The last passenger train that was on the Pembine subdivision was back in 1963. It was a mixed train. They had some freight and some passenger cars. Now, folks, we talk about there is, with the Canadian National subdivision, that line went all the way to Creighton. Well, unfortunately, folks, they don't go that far anymore, folks. The farthest, the last time they went would have been Goodman, Wisconsin. That was some point in December they went there because they were grabbing the last two log cars that have been there for years. But folks, the farthest now that the Pembine Association Canadian National goes there is Pembine, Wisconsin. So, yeah, it's... But, for you asking, yeah, that is... Canadian National will come here. They'll switch, there, obviously, they'll drop off cars, but they will go... But, yeah, there's also, folks, with that part of the line, the Kremlin Mine they'll go to. They go to Fairforn on here. But it starts in Powers. They have the switch that would bring them to there. And then Hermansville, I think, is the switch point between either going to Pembine or to the Iron Mountains. Maybe that will be another series we'll talk about in the future. But that is it, folks. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure to like and subscribe. And folks, enjoy. I have the Canadian National clip in here. I have the ELS you guys have been seeing. If you guys do, make sure to like, subscribe, and as always, see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.